Hello, everybody. Good morning. Sorry, I hope you'll be able to hear me well. We don't have a microphone yet, but very soon. When we get one, I'll make sure to give a testimony. So, recently I've been waking up with iPads. I don't understand. But anyway, we dive right into the purpose of this video. If this is your first time on my channel, you're welcome. Please do well to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm new to this. Okay, so I made a post yesterday. Um, this particular post, I'll make sure to attach it so that you can see what I'm referring to. And I posted one on my WhatsApp status, on Facebook, on Instagram, and for some reason some person saw that, and instead of commenting or reacting under my comment section, they decided to come into my DM and express how they felt about it. Now, first things first, that post was not meant for everybody, but it can be yours if you allow it to. What do I mean? Now, in that post I said, um, what if the issue is you keep saying God when instead of saying I want it and I will get it? That post is for people with a renewed mind, a transformed mind. Yeah. Since when did God when become a prayer? You know, some persons have made it look like anytime they sight something they admire, the moment they say God when, it's like they've summoned the supreme beings to somehow bring that thing to them. And it's so bad to the point that the first point of action at the slightest admiration of something is usually God when. That post was aiming to address the issue of careless statements. You just say something, and the first thing that comes to your mind is God when. See, there is a God when, and then there's a hey God when. Oh, like, do you understand? You can't. It's not okay for you to just say God when and go to sleep. Now, when I said I want it and I'll get it, it's not for people with a jealous heart. I'm not talking to people who, the moment you see something, instead of being grateful for them, the first thing that comes to your mind is jealousy. No. If you're doing that, that's not good. That's wrong. Now, if you say, I'm talking to people with transformed mind, and maybe the next question that's coming to your mind is, how do I know if my mind is transformed? How do I know if I have a renewed mind? It's simple. What was the first thing that came to your mind when you saw that post? Was your next point of thought, I want this thing in a toxic manner? Like, there are healthy covetousness and there are unhealthy covetousness. You can see something and covet it with a pure heart because you know that you want it. You desire that thing. Now, that post is actually a series. That's not all about it, but I just thought to do this to address what I posted yesterday before I go further, so that I don't attract the wrong audience, or I don't plant also the wrong seed in the heart of people. I'm not saying just jump on anything you see and say I want it and I'll get it as per motive. The wrong, you can't covet something with the wrong motive and say you have a renewed mind. No. Let God when not become a prayer. If it should be, sometimes even when we say God when from a genuine point, God is actually looking at us and saying, but you can have it. Like, God does not want you to ask him when. In some cases, not all. God wants you to know what you want, know what he wants for you, and then genuinely saying, God, when will I have this? Is it a job? Did you see a friend with a car? Was your next point of thought, where did she get it from? Where did he get it from? Not everybody is doing shady deals. Not everybody is into shady deals to get things. No. If the first thing that comes to your mind is she slept with someone or he's into Yahoo or anything, go and work on your heart. That's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. So when I said, what if the issue is you keep saying God when, instead of actually saying, I want it and I'll have it. It is for people with a renewed mind. For people who know what God wants for them, what they want. And people who are willing to take the extra step and not going to sleep after saying God when. God when is not a prayer. You don't just say, you just saw something, oh God, oh this is so nice. And then you just say God when, and somehow you just feel that you have prayed. You just say God when, you can't sleep. Without even asking yourself, what did this person do? What price have they paid to get this thing? What did they do differently from what I am doing? What can I do differently to get this result? You don't pause to ask yourself that question. You just jump on God when. And then some say God when, and then they begin to nurse evil thoughts against people. Don't be in that category. Be in the category of people who say God when, and go on their knees and settle it in the place of prayer. Then when you leave there, you sit up, get up, and get the work done. That thing you said God went to will not just fall from heaven and land on your laps simply because you said God when. God when is not a prayer. Intentionality, positive confessions, hard work, diligence is what actually gives you the result. Get knowledge. If you think investing in knowledge is expensive, then wait until you have to pay for your ignorance. I hope this has helped you like it did me. Thank you very much.